A portion of today's video is brought to you by Zippix nicotine toothpicks. For more information on them, stick around until the end of this video, or if you're champing at the bit, click the link in the description below. If you're anything like me, and I think you are, when Donald Trump is under pressure, it's a good thing. When Donald Trump is distracted from destroying the country and plummeting us into an economic morass, it's a good thing. And right now, he is absolutely underwater and obsessed with his poll numbers. One of the reasons we know this, apart from just what we know about Donald Trump, is the fact that he's backing away from some of his hallmark policy priorities, like the tariffs. Harry Enten is the stats guy, the statistics analyzer over at CNN. He's their polling guy. They stole him or poached him from 538. The once interesting character, Nate Silver, started that outfit, and then he fell. He fell like so many others. But anyway, Harry Enten, smart guy. He's analyzed the data, and he did this little hit on CNN talking about exactly how underwater Donald Trump is. And this is a threat to Donald Trump's presidency, mainly because Donald Trump really gauges how he's doing based on his popularity versus his unpopularity. And even in MAGA world right now, because of the damage he's done to even them, even his supporters, it's not good. So here, watch this, and then let's talk about some of these details on the other side. And really, pay attention to how underwater Donald Trump is, and think about to yourself how difficult think about it to yourself, who are you going to think about it with, just how difficult it is going to be for Donald Trump to try to claw his way out of this. It might be impossible. Watch Harry Enten.
The S&P has dropped the most under Trump for any president at this point in their presidency since the S&P 500 was in fact created back in 1957. And indeed, it is not anywhere close, folks. It's not anywhere close. Under Trump, it's dropped, get this, 14%. The next closest one was George W. Bush back in 2001, a drop of just half that at 7%. No other elected president at this point in their presidency saw a drop of 5% or more. So Donald Trump is on a planet all by himself, a planet you do not want to be on, the American people don't want to be on, in terms of the drop in the S&P 500 approaching 15% already in his presidency. No bueno.
So all of this and the ripple effects from the trade war have a lot of people talking, of course, about a recession coming, some even saying that we're already in a recession. Where are the numbers on that? Yeah,
okay. So, of course, this is the whole question, right? Is what happens on the New York Stock Exchange, what happens in the NASDAQ, what happens in the S&P 500, stay there, or does it then cascade across the economy? And at this particular point, there's a decent chance that it will cascade across the economy. Chance of a recession. You see, I have 4 different little metrics we can look at. JP Morgan, 60%. Polymarket, 57%. Reuters, 45%. Goldman Sachs, 45%. That's a bunch of numbers on your screen, but they're all basically telling the same exact story. That is, on either side of 50%, there's basically a 50-50 chance of a recession at this point. And that is way up from where we were at the beginning of the Trump presidency, when the numbers simply put weren't anywhere near this. The stock market is a reflection of the economic state we're in. The chance of a recession is another reflection of the state of the economy that we are in. The bottom line is that Trump's tariff wars have taken what was a pretty gosh darn good economy and turned into a very uncertain economy, one in which the stock market has fallen and one in which the chance of a recession has gone up considerably, Kate Baldwin.
If there is a recession, how much blame is Donald Trump likely to face?
Okay, so this is the whole thing. Am I going to blame the last guy and I'm trying to fix the economy? Or is it we're going to blame this guy, Donald Trump, and the buck actually stops there? This is what the American folks say. If Donald Trump believes that he can somehow escape blame if there is, in fact, a recession, I'm here for a reality check. He will simply put not be able to do so. Blame Trump if there's a recession in the next 12 months. Look at this. A lot or quite a bit. That's the majority winner right there at 52%. A little or not at all, perhaps a little bit high, some might say, at 32%. But still here, the clear majority of Americans say that if, in fact, there is a recession in the next 12 months, which at this point looks about 50-50, the majority of the American public says that the buck will stop at the White House, stop at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, and Donald Trump will not, in fact, be able to escape blame if there is, in fact, a recession.
Harry Enten, thank you very much.
Now, first of all, yesterday I did a video and I talked about Donald Trump, the floor of Donald Trump's support, that there's always that 32 to 34% of his approval rating that'll never go away. It's unevaporatable because it's the MAGA cult. No matter what he does, he could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and he's not going to lose a single voter. That's them. That's who he's talking about. Now, who could possibly blame Biden for this absolutely self-inflicted wound on the American economy that Donald Trump has done? He was, as Harry Enten just intimated, handed a robust economy, an on-the-rise economy. We got a stranglehold on inflation, unlike any other industrialized nation coming out of COVID. We had a healthy, robust, rising economy. And because of what Donald Trump chose to do, no justification, no reasons, it was not a necessity to do what he did. He has sent us into what will likely be, if you listen to financial experts, a recession. And that's going to harm all of us. Not the billionaire class, not going to be materially harmed at all. And that's who Donald Trump is doing all of this for. And even them now are like, hey, man, let's back it off a little bit. And we're seeing his hesitance and his backing off of he's in retreat mode. His language has completely changed about China because of this thing right here, because of the poll numbers, because it'll be almost impossible for him to claw his way out of this deal. But those are stark numbers. 50%. A clear majority of Americans would say, if we do go into a recession, it will be Donald Trump's fault. I mean, how could it be any other way? The S&P 500 is down 14%. Donald Trump's he's not even been in office for 100 days, and he's crashed the economy, tanked the stock market. Trillions of dollars in value of people's wealth and net worths are dust because of Donald Trump. Because of Donald Trump. Nobody forced his hand. Nobody said to do this. He's usurped an authority that is Congress's to have. But because they are also a member of the cult, will give the dear leader whatever they want, whatever he wants, they've abdicated their role as a co-equal branch of government. Tariffs and applying taxes is the purview of the Congress, not of Donald Trump. Anyway, what do you think? Which side of this are you on? Which side of these percentages are you on? Are you the 52% or you're the 32%? You can comment below. You can also call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. Please consider supporting this work. I would appreciate it very much. Independent media, very important right now. A lot of this stuff, although this is a corporate media clip, a lot of the analysis and the shooting you straight, you're not going to get on corporate media. Help support this work. If you're into it, if I bring you value, click the join button below for $2 a month. You can become a channel member right here on the YouTube. You can also go over to my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. Follow me on social media. If you're already there, do not sign up to follow me. That would be torture and self-immolation. That would be like Donald Trump putting tariffs where no tariffs were needed and crashing the economy, except for your life and social media. At Dollemore, though, if you're already in your own recession, here we are, bringing it full circle at Dollemore. I love and appreciate you very much. I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another. Are you tired of your entree growing cold while you're stuck outside smoking near the restaurant entrance? Or perhaps you're craving a puff, but you're stuck in the airport for the next several hours. And that's if you don't get delayed. Or possibly you've just had enough of your clothes smelling like smoke. Don't get up, get your nicotine fix right there or anywhere for that matter with Zippix nicotine toothpicks. Socially acceptable yet discreet, Zippix toothpicks not only serve as an excellent nicotine delivery service, they also satisfy the oral fixation associated with smoking and vaping. You don't have to hit the bricks to get your fix. Instead, try Zippix. Head to zippixtoothpicks.com today and score 10% off by using code Dollemore at checkout. Available in 6 delicious flavors with 2 and 3 milligram options, Zippix are perfect for long flights, restaurants, and all those other places where you're no longer allowed to smoke or vape. Zippix are also one of the most cost-effective nicotine products on the market, and they're proudly made right here in the United States. Why not give your lungs a break? Hundreds of thousands of customers count on Zippix for their nicotine fix without needing to inhale toxic smoke or vape oils. Or maybe you're just looking for a boost. Zippix also offers caffeine and B12 infused toothpicks too. Stop interrupting your life with cigarettes and vapes. Go to zippixtoothpicks.com today and score 10% off by using code Dollemore at checkout. You must be 21 years or older to order and be warned that nicotine is an addictive chemical. Nix that fix with Zippix nicotine toothpicks.